In the meantime, Trump has a criminal trial to get through. His one-time fixer, Michael Cohen, continues to trend online after the former president's defense team began cross-examination of the star witness. Trump's attorney Todd Blanche, in rapid-fire questioning yesterday, tried to paint Cohen as an unreliable witness, attacking his testimony and showcasing his hatred for Trump.
My credibility should not be in question.
Blanche asked Cohen, "Do you want to see President Trump convicted in this case?" Cohen responded, "Sure." Earlier Tuesday, prosecutors zeroed in on the repayments at the crux of the criminal charges against Trump.
This is the whole case. Are you allowed to call a legal expense a legal expense?
Cohen testified it began with a 2017 Oval Office meeting with Trump where he said they discussed how he would be reimbursed for the $130,000 he paid out of pocket to Stormy Daniels. Despite Cohen saying he did minimal work for Trump in 2017, he outlined sending made-up invoices and receiving checks totaling $420,000, which he said included the hush money reimbursement, other fees, and a bonus. Prosecutors showed one of the $35,000 checks signed by Trump. Cohen testified to this in front of Congress in 2019.
This $35,000 check was one of 11 check installments that was paid throughout the year while he was president. The President of the United States thus wrote a personal check for the payment of hush money as part of a criminal scheme to violate campaign finance laws.
Joining us now is Harvard Law professor Ronald Sullivan. Professor, Michael Cohen is the final witness for the prosecution. You've been following this trial closely. In your view, what has been the most damning evidence the prosecution presented against the former president?
Well, two things. Cohen is the only witness who can actually provide a concrete nexus between Donald Trump and the business record decision to classify those checks in a certain way. That's the crime here. So not anything about pornographic actresses or anything like that. It's about the classification of a business record. So everyone else, you have to take some inferential leap in order to get yourself to the conclusion that Donald Trump knew about it and intended to make it happen. Cohen was able to say, I know Donald Trump knew about it because we talked about it. He told me, and he instructed me on what he wanted to happen. So the key here is, well, does the jury or will the jury believe him? So the irony is Michael Cohen is at once the government's most important witness and its most problematic witness.
Good point there. You know, yesterday we saw a lot of Republican politicians, including the House Speaker, go to support Trump in court. Has something like this ever happened before, or could this be a form of intimidation to the jury?
Well, that's a great question. It actually could be. I hadn't thought about that. They see all these high-powered Washingtonians in the stands, but New Yorkers are pretty robust. So I think that they'll be fine. And frankly, some of those folks, the average, everyday, ordinary American citizen, probably wouldn't even recognize them. Only Washington insiders. But is it commonplace to have that sort of parade of people coming into trials? No, it's not. But almost every day there's something that's never happened before in court that goes on with this case. This case is sui generis from top to bottom. So I'm just not surprised anymore when I see things that I haven't seen before.
Yeah, no kidding. There's something new every single day. Now, finally for you, how will the defense present its case next week?
So two important concepts, primacy and recency, that all lawyers learn about. You present to the jury because they remember best what they hear first and what they hear last. So whatever the defense is going to do, they should start with a bang. It may be that the president himself, former president himself, gets on the stand. I would bet my mortgage that he really wants to testify. I would also bet my mortgage that his lawyers are telling him, please, sir, do not testify. But if they really want to start with the bang, they'll put him on the stand first. But I suppose that if they do not put him on the stand, and if they decide to put on a case, they'll start with someone that shows that there's a lot of separation between President Trump, who was actually in office at the time, and the clerk down in the basement of Trump Towers, who's going down a pull down list on her computer to classify the records. So they'll probably try to find a witness that puts a lot of space there.
Professor Sullivan, as always, it's great speaking with you. Thank you so much for joining us on Trending Now.
Many thanks. Appreciate it.